and welcome to WolfPack Media. I'm your co-host, Benaiah Husemann. Today we're doing another episode of WolfPack React. So, what we're going to be reacting to today is a gang member who was deported from the United States and sent to El Salvador, but apparently the Supreme Court ruled that the Trump administration has to facilitate the return of this gang member back to the United States. So, today, the president of El Salvador, Bukele, actually met with President Trump, and here's a news conference that they did in the Oval Office, and we'll just take a look at this video and see what was said.
President Bukele to help return the man who your administration says was mistakenly deported. The man who was mistakenly deported to El Salvador?
Well, let me ask Pam, would you answer that question?
Sure, President. First and foremost, he was illegally in our country. He had been illegally in our country. And in 2019, two courts, an immigration court and an appellate immigration court, ruled that he was a member of MS-13 and he was illegally in our country. Right now, it was additional paperwork had needed to be done. That's up to El Salvador if they want to return him. That's not up to us. The Supreme Court ruled, President, that if, as El Salvador wants to return him, this is international matters, foreign affairs, if they wanted to return him, we would facilitate it, meaning provide a plane.
Okay, so Pam Bondi goes on to explain that, so apparently I was wrong earlier when I said the Supreme Court ordered them to facilitate the return. They said that if El Salvador wanted to bring him back to the United States, then the Trump would have to provide a means of doing so. So Pam Bondi explained that. The media is not going to tell you that because they think you're stupid. And there are a lot of stupid people that believe it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm tired of it. It's so easy to see through the bullshit that they're spoon-feeding the American people. I mean, can you believe it? Now, they're doing all of this to create unrest, to create an outcry, to create some narrative that the Trump administration is causing chaos and all these things. And now they're saying he's defying the courts, which he's not. I guess I'll let you guys, we'll react to the rest of the video to show you what I mean but when I say that, though.
So will you return him, President Bukele?
You are doing a great job.
Thank you.
But Stephen Miller, wait a minute. Can you just also respond to that question? Because, you know, it's asked by CNN, and they always ask it with a slant because they're totally slanting because they don't know what's happening. That's why nobody's watching them. But would you answer that question also, please?
Yes, gladly. So, as Pam mentioned, there's an illegal alien from El Salvador. So, with respect to you, he's a citizen of El Salvador. So, it's very arrogant even for American media to suggest that we would even tell El Salvador how to handle their own citizens as a starting.
Yeah, I mean, is that a good point, though? Like, these people are calling him a Maryland man. This man is not even a legal United States citizen. He is a citizen of El Salvador. So, for us to order El Salvador to send their citizen back to the United States who was here illegally in the first place, it's insane. What these courts are doing to try to disrupt the Trump administration's agenda is treason, in my opinion. I mean, the only thing I can think of is that they actually hate this country. They hate this country, and anything that Trump does, they try to disrupt. It's insane. And to Steve Miller's point here about him being an El Salvador citizen, exactly, like, what is our role in ordering El Salvador to send him back? Like, why would we ever even think about doing this? And what is the outcry about? What is the controversy about? There shouldn't be any controversy. It's fairly simple.
Point. As two immigration courts found that he was a member of MS-13. When President Trump declared MS-13 to be a foreign terrorist organization, that meant that he was no longer eligible under federal law, which I'm sure you know, you're very familiar with the INA, that he was no longer eligible for any form of immigration relief in the United States. So he had a deportation order that was valid, which meant that under our law, he's not even allowed to be present in the United States.
Right.
And had to be returned because of the foreign terrorist designation. This issue was then, by a district court judge, completely inverted, and a district court judge tried to tell the administration that they had to kidnap a citizen of El Salvador and fly him back.
Insanity.
That issue was raised to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court said the district court order was unlawful, and its main components were reversed 9-0 unanimously, stating clearly that neither Secretary of State nor the President could be compelled by anybody to forcibly retrieve a citizen of El Salvador from El Salvador, who again is a member of MS-13, which, as I'm sure you understand, rapes little girls, murders women, murders children, is engaged in the most barbaric activities in the world, and I can promise you, if he was your neighbor, you would move right away.
So you don't plan
But
to
the
ask for
Supreme
anything
Court's
to get
asking
him back?
to.
Is that
What was the ruling
No,
that
they don't,
the
Caitlin
Supreme Court
Collins.
gave? Was it
Now, can we all agree? I'm going to try to use as good a language here as I can. Can we all agree? Kaitlan Collins is an absolute imbecile. She is moronic. She is stupid. And there's another word I want to use, but I don't want to get censored here on YouTube. So I'll just refrain from saying that word. But Kaitlan Collins is the dumbest and most biased, just like, oh my gosh, there's so many things I want to say about her that I can't say about her, but she's absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. Like, I just got to continue watching the video, otherwise I'm going to say something that I'm going to regret about her.
9-0?
Yes, there's a 9-0
In our favor.
in our favor against the district court ruling, saying that no district court has the power to compel the foreign policy function of the United States. As Pam said,
I'm glad that they cleared that up, though, that no district court can decide what the administration does as far as foreign affairs. That is a good thing that they got cleared up.
the ruling solely stated that if this individual, at El Salvador's sole discretion, was sent back to our country, that we could deport him a second time.
Well,
No version of this legally ends up with him ever living here because he is a citizen of El Salvador. That is the president of El Salvador. Your questions about it, per the court, can only be directed to him.
I asked
¿Usted lo
President
liberaría,
Bukele, what is
Presidente
your- Can President Bukele?
So basically, the Supreme Court is leaving it in this guy's hand. And that's what he just stated there.
Weigh in on this? Do you plan to return him?
Well, I'm suppose you're not suggesting that I'll smuggle a terrorist into the United States, right?
Right. It's
always
just the
been-
lunacy,
How
the
can I
lunacy
smuggle-
of it, right? The lunacy of it. It's insane. And these people, these I'm really trying not to say anything bad, but the left, these insane imbeciles will watch the TV and say, "Oh, they deported a family man, a Maryland man. They deported him. Oh no, he was an innocent man, just mowing his lawn, living his regular 9 to 5. You know, just a completely innocent man for innocent reasons. They picked him off the streets and sent him to El Salvador. Oh, like, cry me a river. This dude is an MS-13 gang member who is here illegally. Not even a citizen of the United
The
States.
man who your administration says was
Which
mistakenly
one is that?
deported. The man who was mistakenly deported to El Salvador.
Let's see.
Well, let me.
Sorry, guys, I messed it up there.
That is the
Oh, here.
It's always
How,
there.
how can I smuggle? How can I return him to the United States? Like I smuggle him into
Yeah,
the
he's
United
saying, like,
States?
yeah,
Of
yeah, right.
course, I'm not going to do it. It's like, I mean, the question is preposterous. How can I smuggle a
Exactly.
terrorist into the United States? I don't have the power to return him to the United States.
Okay, so there's that. Glad that's cleared up. It doesn't make sense. And then you see the headlines that are absolutely ridiculous. Democrats are falsely claiming Trump is totalitarian for deporting a man illegally in the country. They demand Trump return a criminal gang member to the U.S. and that El Salvador turn him over. Insane. Exactly. And that's coming from Tim Pool. Here's another video. Let's see here. The Trump administration deported even more violent criminals and gang members to El Salvador this weekend, per NYPD's Jenny, including the scumbag who raped a 15-year-old girl. The activist judges are trying to stop this. They are evil. Exactly. Yeah, okay, this is what I was trying to show you guys. Look at the headline on this. White House. Man mistakenly deported to El Salvador won't be returned to U.S. Oh. Where was it? The headline. I'm looking for this headline. Oh, yeah. Deported by mistake. The Supreme Court orders the return of a Maryland man who was mistakenly deported to a prison in El Salvador. Do you know how misleading that is? You are misleading the public and the American people, and then they got this innocent picture of this MS-13 gang member, and they're trying to tell this is just some innocent Maryland man who just, for innocent reason, for no reason at all, just got picked up and shipped off to El Salvador. And people are freaking buying it up and believing it. It's indoctrination at the highest level, people. It's coordinated propaganda. Coordinated propaganda. They are programming people, and they believe this. And, you know, a lot of people believe it just because they want to believe it, and they want to get upset because they have Trump derangement syndrome. Just absolutely ridiculous. And I'm not even going to give some of these idiots like this guy, Representative Jamie Raskin, the light of day. He doesn't even deserve to grace our channel for his idiocracy. Let's not even give morons the time or they're not even worthwhile for us to give any of our time or attention to. Trump deported a poor father from Maryland to an El Salvador prison. Reality, he was an MS-13 gang member. You don't hate the media enough. Absolutely ridiculous. Oh, his name isn't Steven. I guess it's Stephen Miller. Okay, that's his name. Sorry, I might have said his name wrong earlier. I might have said Steve Miller. His name is Stephen or Stephen Miller. Yeah, he says in a White House meeting with Trump, El Salvador's president says he won't release a wrongly deported Maryland back to the U.S. And the whole premise of wrongly deporting, like the Associated Press, you're lying. You're lying through your teeth. You people are morons. Okay, this is what I wanted to read here, guys. The Trump administration deported these illegal migrant criminals gang members to El Salvador over the weekend. Here are their names and rap sheets. Jose Santos Robles raped a 15-year-old girl in New York. Oh, but the liberals want that guy. They want that guy near your children, near your school districts. They want them. These people are insane. Demiris Bello Sabero, Tren de Aragua associate, identified as an associate of a known Tren de Aragua gang member and was observed engaging in electronic communications related to alien smuggling operations and associated financial transactions. He was apprehended on March 5th, 2025 in connection with 3-on-2 alien smuggling event and identified as a principal participant. Further investigation confirms the receipt of smuggling-related payments via the Cash App platform. Social media analysis of Bello's Facebook accounts revealed multiple posts suggesting of gang affiliation with Tren de Aragua. Additionally, Bello displays several gang-related tattoos, including AK-style rifles, a crown name, playing cards, and dice on the forearm, and the phrase "real life" also tattooed on the forearm. I mean, these people are all associated with gangs and gang members and Tren de Aragua and the cartel and all these different things. And Trump is going to name these, I believe Trump did name these gangs terrorist organizations. So under, forgive me guys, but in the comments if you know the exact law it is that where Trump can deport gang members and cartel members and these under a specific law, let me know. It's blanking on me right now. But basically my point is, like, Daniel Fernandez Rodriguez was arrested for second-degree robbery involving physical injury. Additionally, in 2024, Fernandez was arrested in Illinois on charges of burglary and obstructing justice. And with 5 confirmed, he had close relationships with 5 confirmed members of the Tren de Aragua gang. Yeah, like, these are not good people. These are not innocent people that the media makes it out to be. They're trying to make it out to be like Trump is this bad guy that's innocently, like, sending these innocent people over to El Salvador, which is just not the truth. And if you believe it, I'm sorry, but you're an idiot. I'm going to say it right now. If you believe that shit, you're an absolute moron. Absolute moron. Absolute idiocracy. You're a pigeon brain if you believe that. I'm sorry, I'm not pulling punches this video because stuff like that, like child rape and gang activity, that gets me riled up, and I don't want it anywhere near my communities or where my kids live or where anybody else's kids live for that matter. And neither should you, and neither should anybody. But I'm sorry, I kind of got fired up this episode, but I just wanted to bring you guys the facts and tell you what's actually going on. Like, we're not going to sit here and let the mainstream media peddle their false narratives and get the people riled up and without calling them out on their bullshit. Because I'm going to hit the bullshit button every single time. When the media says something that has no ground in truth, immediately I'm going to call bullshit on it. When it's them trying to create a false narrative and they're trying to word things certain ways, like they're trying to change El Salvador illegal immigrant gang member to Maryland man. Do you not see how that is misleading? And it's lying, really, is what it is. I mean, you can say different words to mean different things, but at the end of the day, it's just lying and gaslighting. And I'm sick of it, and we're sick of it, and you should be sick of it too. So I'm gonna call it out when I see it, and I'm gonna bring it to you guys. But that was the news for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of WolfPack React. If you did, please leave a like. It means a lot to us as we're a growing channel. And if you want to join the pack, subscribe to our channel. I'll see you guys in the next episode.